All right, so what's up, guys? So I'm doing I'm gonna do like a trading journal, but I'm gonna do it digital, and I'm gonna record it, and hopefully do it once a day. That way, I can work on my discipline, being consistent with just doing my daily analysis at the market on my pair that I trade, gold. This is really just for me to kind of work on my discipline. Let's pull Trading View back up. So I am trading gold. That's been the pair that I've been studying for like the last 2 years, basically. Right around when I first started trading, I started with Euro USD, played around with a couple of other things. I think I tried GA or GU, which is British pound versus US dollar. But ultimately, I liked gold the best, mainly because it had a lot of volatility. During the pandemic, it was super volatile. It was going crazy. But I just decided to start. Man, these fucking mosquitoes, bro. This is gonna be a short video. I decided to pick gold as my pair. So I may pick up a second pair at some point, but for now, I'm just focusing on gold because I want to feel like I've mastered one pair before I move on to another. So anyway, on the weekly, and I actually removed the drawings. This is how my chart was marked up when I looked at it, and I'm probably going to go through that because it's a lot of lines. Anyway, so I'm going to take that back off. This is gold on the weekly time frame. And high key, it's really been consolidating from what I've been seeing. I consider this like kind of a consolidation zone, even though it looks like it's trying to break. But once you zoom in here, I basically I go down the line and I go from the weekly time frame down to the daily, down to the 4 hour. The fuck was that? Down to the 1 hour. And that is how I just make a judgment call. I just look at what I see. Mainly I try to pay attention to the market structure. That's what I've been trying to focus on more lately, is market structure, and identifying when trends are still valid and when they're not valid. But anyway, so I'm going to throw these drawings on really quickly. It's going to look really cluttered, but I might get rid of some of them just to, hide, go away. I'm going to do this real quick. All right, so that's a little better. So it's still a lot, but so I've got a couple level. Everywhere you see a horizontal line is where I have a level drawn. Some of them are marked. I've got highest price ever that gold's ever been at was just over $2,000 an ounce. I got a weekly level, a 4 hour level, and a daily. I used to do hour levels, but I just ended up having that's what all those lines were that you just saw on the chart. The more of those I do, there's still levels, and I still respect them as levels, but they can clutter the chart really easy. And for my trading, I think that I'm shifting from scalping to swing intraday trading, probably swing trading. So I look at the higher time frames more importantly. But yeah, so for the weekly, I've got, I might have to flip this. For the weekly, we are saying short. And why I'm saying that is because I've got gold in this downtrend, and it's been in this downtrend since It started around March of 2022, and it's kind of been in a downtrend ever since then. So that's what, about 6 months, something like that. And even though it is looking like it's starting to possibly gain some bullish momentum and maybe break this trend line, it's possible. But like I said, I've been trying to pay more attention to market structure and not react to what I think is happening, but what's actually happening. So we've got a high right here. There's a lower, there's a high, there's a low, lower high, lower low. So this whole thing from top, we got a high, we got a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So it's technically still in downtrend. And the only time that I specifically say it's not in a downtrend anymore is if it validates that. So if this decides it wants to shoot up here and break past this level on a weekly time frame, that would technically invalidate the downtrend. I would still probably want to see it retest here before I just considered it completely going up again. But another reason why it's possible that this might go back up is because, like I said, since it peaked here in August of 2020, I had a box drawn around this at one point because gold high key has been consolidating in this range, with the exception of these last couple of weeks. It has been in boom, 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 and it copped back up here again. But, yeah, so it broke out the box a little bit right here, but it caught this level, and it's heading back up to that trend line. So I honestly don't know what it's going to do, but it's still technically in a downtrend. It's really anybody's guess. It's not my guess, because I don't know. Because I've also got it in a downtrend still technically for the daily, even though the EMA crossed over right here. But even I've seen the EMA cross over here before, and it's still in a downtrend. So just because the EMA crosses over for me isn't good enough for me to consider it a change. So if I go to the 4-hour, it's still, this is when it starts looking a little fuzzy. But like, that's still technically lower than, like, this was the last high, and it's still technically lower than that. So I consider that it's a stretch, but it technically didn't break structure, and it's still and it's tapping off of this. It tapped right off of that. So I'm gonna consider this still a downtrend in the 4-hour, although it looks like it's wanting to break out that way. And I think I put the 1-hour as uptrend, as a buy. But if I'm going down weekly to daily to 4-hour and they're all screaming sell, and the 1-hour is screaming maybe buy, that means I'm not going to do anything. But also, what I've been seeing is it means that it could potentially be a reversal. And again, this is just me talking to myself, really. I'm not expecting anybody to watch this. But it's good practice for me, so I'm going to keep going. So yeah, I'm going to take this box off here because I kind of know it already exists. But yeah, so we could be seeing this go up. We don't know. The other thing that I also do is I go in and I check our treasury yields from what I've been learning. Generally, if treasury yields are bullish, then people... So gold is like a safe haven currency. So people only really invest in gold when they think that, you know, things are going sideways or there's fear. I think everybody has, like, it's good to have gold in your portfolio, but it's not like, it doesn't yield money. You don't make money off gold every month or every year. I mean, you might if it goes up in value, but people with money decide to put their money into things that make them more money, not things that just hold value. So they put I'm saying that to say people only buy gold when like shit's happening. Like when the war started, people started buying gold. When the pandemic started, the pandemic started, gold hit its highest point ever. So the 10-year yield being up means that the government issue bond is doing well, which is generally bad for gold, as far as I know. I could be wrong, but that's what I believe right now. I need to fact check that and do some I'm gonna do some back testing on that to validate that. But that's how I've been looking at it so far. And then the same thing with the DXY. If the DXY is up like it is, and I think that this is, yeah, it's up. So 10-year yield and DXY both being up are bad, show signs of selling for gold. So with everything, with the exception of like a couple of items saying sell, I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna wait for it to move a little more, see if it comes to a level that honestly, I'm gonna wait to see what it does at this trend line, once it hits this trend line right here. Anyway, this was entirely too long, so this is my first one, but I'm gonna chop these down to like maybe 3 to 4 minute, 5 minute tops, maybe 2 minutes. I'm just gonna take a quick look, see what's going on, make my list, decide whether I'm trading for the day or not. And if I do trade, it's gonna be 1 to 2 trades max, and then that's it. I'm also working towards being funded, because I know Dame Dash says put your own money up, but in this case, bro, I'm trying to use somebody else's money, and so I can get some more of my own money, and then I can put my money up. But for now, I'm about to see what this FTMO is hitting on. My boy Alex is doing it, and it's working for him. So I'm gonna stop playing, stop being scary, and I'm gonna go ahead and make that move, and we're gonna see what happens. Day one, this is October 5th, 2022. Gold looks like it's going down still, potentially reversing, potential reversal, but not enough information to really make a money move. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna do this again tomorrow. Peace.